Good evening, welcome to Tapin10, and these are this evening's top stories.
Breaking news, we've got live reports that Alexis Sanchez's dogs have now arrived at Carrington Training Ground for a medical. I repeat, Alexis Sanchez's dog have arrived at Carrington Training Ground for a medical.
What's that? More breaking news we have coming in?
Turns out Alexis has been pictured at the Old Trafford changing rooms taking a dump.
and what you say?
Yeah, Mourinho's come with an update. He says it's very close. Very close.
The dump, that is. It's very close to being squeezed out of Sanchez.
Could we get any more by more minute updates by Sky Sports News on this transfer?
Honestly.
But over to you on Watford.
Oh yes, Watford. Watford has sacked their glorious manager Marcus Silva. If you haven't noticed in the news today, they've hired Javi Gracia. Is that his name? Javi Gracia. Do you know him? We don't know him. Either way, he is now the new Watford manager after a string of unflattering results for Watford. We don't really think it's a good decision, but time will only tell how they'll perform this season.
Shit week in football.
Yes.
So this week's Fool of the Week. Last week, who was it? We had Peter. Yeah, good one. Last week we had Peter Beardsley as a number 10 already straight on the scale. But so this week, Chelsea have been linked with a whole host of names that you wouldn't even really put in the same sentence as
Peter
them.
Crouch, Ashley Barnes, Benteke, Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll, you name it. Steve as well, Steve Gaines.
Yeah. Basically, if you're big and black or big and white, they want you to play for them up front.
So Heskey come out of retirement. Who else?
Might as well get Jan Koller if you're. Right. So we're putting their scouts right at the top of the list as well for Fool of the Week this week.
For sure.
Where do you think we should rank them?
Probably next to Paul Merson, who honourable mention because he's actually rated on Fool of the Week. Honourable mention for the nonsense he was spouting about Crystal Palace and Arsenal. What about that fella from Goals on Sunday that said Andy Carroll would?
Oh yeah, Neil Custis.
Without injuries.
Ridiculous. So apparently, if Andy Carroll didn't have his injuries, he'd be exactly the same player as Harry Kane.
Yep. Chelsea scouts. Neil Custis. Let's just give him a red hot season 4. And you know what? I know he's on here already, but I'm just gonna give Paul Merson. He's on here. Let me give Paul Merson imbecile. Just for the nonsense he was talking about. He actually said he could see Crystal Palace going to Arsenal and getting a result, and he couldn't state a case for Arsenal to win. Arsenal won 4-1.
There we have it.
Typical.
Here's the best of the rest. If you haven't lived under a rock over the past week, you would have realised that Ryan Giggs finally got the job he's been craving for. It just shows that persistence pays off. We all know what happens when Ryan Giggs puts his head and his persistence into something. Ask his brother. Ask his brother.
And at Burnley, ex-Bristol City player Soren Andersen, we haven't heard of him either. It's gone on Danish TV, I think, and said on a public interview that Sean Dyche eats earthworms for breakfast. I quote him saying, "It was horrible. He'd be like, whoops, here's a rainworm," and then he ate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No respect for Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche has then since come out and says he smokes exhaust pipes and has gravel for breakfast.
Who do you think has less respect for the person? Soren Andersen for Sean Dyche or Ryan Giggs' dad for Ryan Giggs?
Definitely Ryan Giggs' dad for Ryan Giggs.
Do you know the statement he said? He actually said it brings him close to tears that his family do not respect Giggs as a person and a player. That is harsh.
Yeah, he banged his brother's wife for the best part of a decade.
Okay, with all the talk of Arsenal's incoming transfers, Mickey, that looks for sure to happen, or but that's maybe going to happen, we've actually had to think of a way we can fit all of these players into our team and still keep any semblance of shape, which I doubt is even possible.
Impossible.
Especially with Arsenal, but let's just see how we do it. So we've gone with a classic 4-4-2, or here it just looks like a 4-2-4. Alba and Laka up top. I think that has to happen. The two playing up top together.
Neither can be dropped.
Yeah, Mickey playing left, that's a shout. Ozil playing right, because and a right role where it was like Pires in the Invincibles team, where even though he played out wide, he could still come in and he has that sort of inside forward role. Xhaka, because he just can't be kicked out of this team, and Wilshere or Ramsey, probably Ramsey that will play there. But just to emphasise what the actual team structure will look like, you're going to see this. Fullbacks getting there, Ozil doing that, Xhaka doing that, Ramsey doing that, Mkhitaryan doing that, this guy doing that, and these guys staying here whilst these guys are there to fend off a whole team by themselves. There you go. So basically, this is the part where we predict our scores for the week's forthcoming games. And first up is, I'm going to skip the Swansea-Liverpool match because I don't care about that. We're going to go straight to the Carling Cup semi-final on Wednesday the 24th. Arsenal v Chelsea. Finally poised 0-0 after the first leg at Stamford Bridge. So both teams want to reach the final. What are we saying, Toby?
Tough game. Chelsea are running on empty in terms of energy and players, but I think I'm going to go for a Chelsea win.
Are you going to get your hand off me?
You're going to give us a score prediction?
I'm going to go for 1-1 because away goals still count, right? Don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1 Chelsea to go for an away goals.
Yep. Steve?
I'm thinking.
Why the call in weird suspense?
I'm going to go Arsenal win.
Bye.
1-0.
Okay. I reckon...
You know, I didn't think about that. I want to change that. I'm going 2-0 Chelsea.
Wow. Completely. Okay.
I'm buckling under the pressure.
I for one think we have Chelsea's number, regardless of whether we play bad or whether we play good. I reckon it'll probably be a score draw 1-1 or 2-1 win to Arsenal.
I'm going to agree with Tosin. I think Conte doesn't really know how to play against Arsenal when we play with the three at the back. He's only won 1 out of the 6 times he's played against us. So I'm going to go 2-1 win to Arsenal.
Yep. So 2-1 seems to be the majority here. So if
That's not our unanimous score. It's not our unanimous.
So if you're not a betting man, get on the 2-1.